What's going on, peeps? It's Wrath here, hanging out today, playing some Idle Heroes. Want to thank you guys so much for coming out with me today. If you liked the video, don't forget, smash that thumbs up button to show your support. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe as well. Alright guys, today we'll be continuing our hero analysis. Some of these will probably be after the season ends, because I've got to record them all. There's only like a day or so left in the season. So yeah, got to get these recorded, so they might get sprinkled out through the next week or something. But any hoodles, today we're going to talk about the next hero on the list, and that is going to be Corpsedemon. Alright, did I click on him? I feel like I did. I did. There he is. Alright, Corpsedemon, pretty solid hero. We're going to talk about his skills, and then we're going to look at a gearing guide for him, kind of talk about what kind of artifacts and stones you should run, and then we'll kind of, I don't really know where I could test him out. He doesn't really have like a good testing spot, because he's not like a boss damager or anything. Whatevs. So we're going to jump in here, we're going to talk about his skills and stuff, and then we'll talk about where he kind of fits in the game. Alright, so first up, the active skill, Fury of Iciness. Hot name. Hot name. Deals 174% of his attack as damage against the frontline enemies and has a 42% chance to freeze them for 2 rounds. Also is going to heal himself for 20% of his total HP, and it can't be dodged. That right there is a pretty powerful skill. It's got frontline crowd control, which is great. Pretty high percent chance, too. 42% chance is a pretty good crowd control chance. Not to mention his heal is going to be based off his total health. So obviously, as you can already see, he's going to benefit a lot from having a high health stat, because he's going to heal for a ton more. First passive here, when taking damage by a non-warrior target, has a 20% chance to freeze the target for 2 rounds. When taking damage by a warrior target, has a 35% chance to freeze the target for 2 rounds. This is a very, very, very powerful passive skill. It makes him one of the best frontline heroes, if not the best frontline hero in PvP to date. He's a monster. Anytime he gets hit, he can crowd control. That is huge. It's absolutely huge. It's stupid. It also works well in things like the Tower of Oblivion, Brave Trial, which is kind of a hybrid mixy mix, and even in the Aspen Dungeon, believe it or not, this guy's pretty good. So next passive here, increases attack by 15%, meh. Increases HP by 30%, which is obviously what he's going for. Increases armor by 30%, and he's immune to being frozen. So we can't be frozen by enemy Corpsedemons, enemy ice blinks, things like that, which is pretty powerful. Again, not bad. Being immune to any kind of crowd control is great in this game, and he is. So hot, hot, hot. Last passive here, while below 50% health, heals self for 440% of his attack as HP for 3 rounds continuously. Can only be triggered 1 time. Really, really solid skill. It makes him really hard to kill, because he's going to heal. I mean, he has low attack. Mine's only got 36k, which I've seen much, much higher than that. But anyways, he's still going to heal for 440% of that attack. So that's a lot. It's like 5 times his attack as health. It gives him quite a good health boost. Not to mention, every time he drops his active skill, he gains 20% of his HP back. He's really hard to kill. He's a very, very, very good frontline tank. So with that stuff being known, let's jump into the gearing guide and talk a little bit about that. Obviously, this gear here, your chest and stuff like that, all that doesn't matter. That's whatever you got to put on him, no big deal. The 2 main things to worry about are the artifact and the stone. So first up, the artifact. This guy, I would say, 99 times out of 100, reduced damage HP artifact. It helps him take less damage, which makes his healing even more effective for himself, and it also boosts his max HP, which also boosts his healing because of his active skill. So a very solid artifact. If you don't have any reduced damage HP artifacts, any artifact that boosts health is what you're going to want on him. He needs to have a lot of HP. That's his job. He's a gigantic meat shield on your front line that is very hard to kill. HP boosting artifacts is what you want. Ideally, reduced damage HP. That's the only things I can even think to put on him. There's no reason to build crit on this guy. There's no reason to build attack on this guy. HP is what you want to build. He's a tank. Build his health. Alright? As for this stone, I was the same thing. The only stones I would ever recommend you run is a HP stone. You want his health to be as high as humanly possible. I only have a 1-star Celestial here, so I could get much more health on him if I had a max stone. It's kind of expensive. I'm kind of broke. But anyways, that's what you want. You want health on this guy. That's it. That's the only stone that I would say you want to even run. Nothing else makes sense for him. He's not looking for crit. He's not looking for attack. all you want is HP. So HP Stone, Reduced Damage, HP Artifact, I would say are best in slot choices for a Corpsedemon. Alright? That's how you should run him. Straight up and simple. So where is Corpsedemon good? Where is Corpsedemon bad? Corpsedemon is bad at bosses. That is the only thing he's bad at. And even then, depending on the boss you're fighting, he can still have decent use. I don't have a guild boss going on right now that he would benefit from attacking. Let's check. No, Fat Moo has random damage. But back here, this Berea node, whatever. I didn't know you could do that. Learn something new every day. But Berea targets frontline heroes, so you benefit very much from having a very tanky front line. It takes a while for that Berea to chew through, gives your backline team more time to do damage. So I actually ran Corpsedemon in that guild boss battle because I knew he was going to give me more time to deal damage for my backline. That's something you got to keep in your mind. It's important. Same thing with like Walter Marauders. If Walter's eating through your heroes way too quick, throw your Corpsedemon backline, because he only attacks backline units with his basic attack and then his active skill. That Corpsedemon will stay alive really long, and Walter has to constantly target him. Gives your two frontline heroes more chance to do damage, so you put your heaviest damage dealers in the front. Kind of what I would suggest for him if you're going to use him in boss battles. He really doesn't shine there. He doesn't do hardly any damage at all, but he is a meat shield, and sometimes that comes in handy on bosses. As for everything else, he's really good. Okay? Even in the Aspen dungeon, I've heard that people used him as their main Aspen hero all the way up into difficult 50, and I can believe it. I used him as a node breaker because I have a Karim as my main, but he did an amazing job of healing through like Bloodblade and Walter damage, even in the difficult nodes, which is pretty impressive. What's my record at in the doohickey? Difficult 69, didn't really go up last time. But anyways, he can take a serious punch because not only is when people attack him do they get crowd controlled, and they can't do anything to hit him. Every time he casts that skill, he heals by his max health. When they knock him below 50% health, he starts kicking in that passive heal from his last passive. And the good thing about the Aspen is, once you get out of the battle, if he survives, you can potion him back up above 50% health, and if he takes damage to knock him below 50 again, he'll re-trigger that skill and start healing passively again. So he does a very, very good job in the Aspen. His main struggles, in my opinion, are healer nodes, because he puts out, like, no damage. So you've got to use node breakers on healer nodes like Ormus, Gurki, stuff like that. Got to have a node breaker for him there, but this guy can be your main in the Aspen dungeon. I don't think he's the best at it. Obviously, like, Vesas and stuff will go further. I like Karim. I think he's doing pretty well. He's not, like, the best, I don't think, but he's pretty solid. But yeah, he can run as your main in Aspen. Don't know if I'd recommend that you build him strictly for Aspen, but he is a monster. Absolute monster in PvP. Very annoying to fight a max Corpsedemon in PvP because you know he's not going to die fast. He's going to take a long time to kill. Plus, he's got crowd control to hit your front line with, and he's got crowd control anytime you attack him. He can very easily screw up a PvP attack just by getting hit. That's all it takes. Just being hit can ruin your attacks. It can crowd control one of your guys for 2 rounds, and any kind of crowd control in PvP can start a very quick downhill effect for your team and cause you to lose. So in PvP, this guy is an absolute freak of nature. I can try a PvP battle with him, but I don't know how effective or not it would be. This guy's got low. Ugh, don't want to fight that. There's way too many scaries in that lineup, and the double cruce, I freaking hate double cruce. It's everywhere. It's like a disease. This guy's rocking, I don't know, a 10 Faith Blade is disgusting. They've ruined me many a time. I don't know. Oops. No. I don't even know. I didn't mean to click battle. I meant to check what you got. Chopsy! This guy has destroyed me before. He's actually in my team, so I could probably just drop a friendly battle on him instead of trying to take his trophies. You know what I'm saying? Probably not a bad idea. I believe he's in my friends. Are you my friends? Be my friend. He's not going to be in here. I'm a liar. Watch me be a liar. I'm a liar! I'm a liar who lies about things. Whatever. We'll find someone else. I'm a dirty liar. What are you looking at? We'll hit this guy. Might go bad. People were saying, I'm not going to lie, just off subject. People were telling me early in the like when Heartwatcher came out, how stupid I was. I said, Heartwatcher's going to be pretty solid in PvP. They're like, no, she's trash. She can't build up her debuffs. I'm going to tell you right now, that is a lie. 10-star Heartwatcher is an absolute nasty beast in PvP. She makes it so... Look at... Oh my gosh, I'm already getting wrecked. Am I going to win, though? I don't know. We'll see. Those Cruz is disgusting, though. Cruz is just a nasty, nasty hero for PvP. I won. You didn't really get to see Corpsedemon do a lot of freezing there, but you did see he end the battle. Can't really see it, can you? Grim healed quite a bit, so did Bloodblade. He actually healed 400,000 damage just on himself. Not bad. But he didn't take hardly any damage that battle. He is very good at staying alive. Very hard to beat him, and just because he stays alive can actually ruin people's team because you get monster procs because he's not dead yet, and your monster damage, like if you're running Snake or that Wolf, can do some serious damage. Pretty solid dude. Amazing in PvP. I would say he is the best frontline PvP hero in the game right now. I don't really think anybody else can come close to him. He's just that good. He is that good. Amazing at countering heroes with his crowd control. It's amazing. When it comes to PvE, things like Tower of Oblivion, same thing. Generally speaking, Tower of Oblivion functions a lot like PvP. Heroes that are good in PvP will do well in Tower of Oblivion 99% of the time because crowd control is the king in the Tower of Oblivion pretty much. So things like Corpsedemon in PvE and the Tower, amazing. He's going to do a lot for you. It's pretty solid. Aspen Dungeon, like I said, he can be run as a main hero in the Aspen Dungeon. I don't know if I'd recommend you build him solely for that, but if you've got one, he can work there. He's also really good at node breaking the Aspen Dungeon because he survives. Generally speaking, when I go into the Aspen, my last two heroes alive are Karim, he's my main, and Corpsedemon because my Berea gets killed by the damage over time. My Walter dies pretty quick, Bloodblade dies pretty fast. But when it comes to those high-end difficult nodes with Walters and Bloodblades, Corpsedemon is always the last one standing for my node-breaking team because he's so freaking hard to kill. Amazing at node-breaking for you. Also, really, really good if you want to run him by himself. Just know you've got to use potions to keep him alive because he is going to start wheedling down a little bit. All right, so there you go. That's his main analysis. Boss damage, not his forte. Do not run this guy for boss battles unless you have a very strategic reason for using him. Like I said, the Walters, putting him on your back line, or the Berea guild boss because they only hit front line. Using him as a tank to soak up damage so he can't hit other heroes is the only reason I'd run him in any kind of boss battle at all. Otherwise, you're always better off running something like a Berea, a Sigmund, or something in that warrior slot because you get a lot more out of them. But there you go, guys. That is the analysis of Corpsedemon. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked the video, please make sure to smash that thumbs up button and show your support. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe as well and tell your friends about it because that definitely helps me out a lot. And I will see you guys in the next one.